What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, it's very good, but are we on a budget?
What are you talking about? These are brand new pens.
Okay.
Hey everybody, and welcome to our April Super Saturday. I'm Michael Neiman. I'm here with my buddy Jeff Hill. And Jeff, it has been an incredible start to the year. I mean, we've launched some great products, 21-Day Fix Extreme, Beachbody On Demand. We've had over 100,000 coaches join the business. Team Beachbody Cup was incredible. I mean, it has really been phenomenal.
Well, we just came back from Cancun on our Success Club trip. We had over 3,000 coaches in the fun in the sun on the beaches. We had workshops, we had workouts, heard from Carl. I mean, it was absolutely incredible.
It really was, Jeff. And now, I mean, what's next? I mean, it's April. What do we look forward to next, Jeff?
Well, of course, Summit is looming large on the horizon. We'll have over 25,000 coaches descend on Nashville, Tennessee for really what's going to be an epic event. We have, again, workshops from some of our very, very best. We have new product announcements, keynote speakers, DeWitt Jones and Simon Sinek. It's going to be spectacular.
You know, I bet you people wonder where the name Summit came from. You know, do you?
Yeah.
Well, many years ago, we were sitting around the room before our first Summit, and we said, what should we name that event? And, you know, we thought, it's an event that really is something that people need to drive towards, something that they should aspire to. And we thought, what is that? A summit.
You know, when I think of the word summit, I do think about something that stretches me, that's inspirational, that's aspirational. And with Summit right on the horizon here, I think a lot of people may be sitting back and waiting and saying, hey, you know, 2.5 months before Summit. But I think there's a tremendous opportunity right here now, Michael, to create our own summit, a summit before the summit. By establishing some goals, by establishing something that's aspirational, some stretch goals that they can go for between now and summit.
So what you're saying basically is that every coach out there, whether you're attending the summit in July or not, you should think about what is your own personal summit that you want to drive to. So really, where can you take your business from right now at this Super Saturday until, let's say, the end of June? What would that look like?
I think it can look like a bunch of different things, but it's got to be specific. But it could be rank advancement. It could be achieving Success Club 5 or Success Club 10 in the months of May and in June. It could be achieving more volume, so your check becomes bigger. It could be achieving the next rung on the leadership ladder.
The leadership ladder, I'm glad you brought that up. You know, I bet you there's a lot of people out there that don't even know what we're saying when we say the leadership ladder, but let me take a second. You know, earlier this year, we introduced the leadership ladder, and all that is a set of additional benchmarks that we've built around each of the ranks in order for coaches to think a little bit bigger than just qualifying for the rank. So to give you an example, there are 5 different rungs, but one of the really important ones are the benchmarks that we built around the Diamond Coach, and we call that the team leader rung. And why that's so important is that we really wanted coaches, yes, drive to become that Diamond Coach, but more importantly, what are the other things that you would want when you become a Diamond Coach? Well, one of them, obviously, is starting to earn some income. So what we did was we set a benchmark around that Diamond Coach at the team leader level, and that was $1,000. Like, what Diamond Coach wouldn't like to earn $1,000 a month? Well, to earn that $1,000, it doesn't just happen. Really, what that means is that you're going to have to really start to build an organization under you. Because really, when you hit Diamond Coach, at a minimum, all you really need to have is a 12-person organization. But to earn close to $1,000, particularly with Team Cycle Bonus contributing to that, you really need to have at least 5,000 volume points in your weak leg. If you have 5,000 volume points in your weak leg, you'll earn somewhere between around $600 and $900 a month. So that's 5,000 weak leg in 1 month. And how do you do that? Well, the way you do it is, first of all, you have to qualify for Success Club. But more importantly, you have to be developing your personally sponsored coaches to get into Success Club activity. What does that mean? Inviting people to their challenge groups, selling challenge packs, earning Success Club points. So it's really about starting to get coaches into that enrolling activity. And when that happens, along with your Success Club activity, you really start to grow an organization.
Well, the thing that I love about the leadership ladder is it's really all about building a substantial, a predictable and stable business. But, with all of those numbers, sometimes it might seem a little complex, but, it really starts out with creating great customers and an experience that customers really value. Is you look and listen to the stories of many of our top coaches. They started out as customers. They were looking for a solution to get fit. Then some caring coach came along, introduced them to a fitness program that met their needs, introduced them to Shakeology, great nutrition, right? And then gave them the support, the encouragement to help them achieve their results.
And you know what? Along that way, when that happens, when they get those results, what happens? They build a belief system for what Team Beachbody can do for people. And what happens is they become real advocates and become the best coaches that anyone can have. If anyone's ever been to one of our 3 vital behavior training, there's a great slide that we put up in that. And it shows this whole sort of like milestones of a successful coach. And what it shows is that, we have people that get started, they're introduced to you as a customer, just selling them a challenge pack, that's not going to do it. It's when you actually get them to engage with that challenge pack, get them working out, drinking Shakeology every day. When they become a participant, that's when it starts to change for them and it becomes a habit for them. And then suddenly they're an enthusiast about it. And before you know it, they're getting results. They become an advocate and that natural belief system is building in them. Those are the people that become the most successful coaches.
Well, just listening to you, Michael, I get a little bit more enthusiastic about the whole process. But that's really how it happens. That's how great coaches are built. But it starts with creating a great experience for these customers. So with that in mind, what we want to do today is to share some insights from some of our great coaches on how to create great customer experiences. And to do so, you're going to hear from superstar coach Alyssa Shoemaker.
2 years ago, I started as a brand new coach. I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew through challenge groups that we could make an impact on the health and wellness of other people. I like to bring in people to my challenge groups that are really ready for change. One of the things that I do is I have them fill out a form that's created through Wufoo. On this form, it talks about what their nutrition looks like, what they've done previously in their fitness goals, if they have any kind of restrictions, how committed they are to making a change, things that have worked for them in the past, as well as things that they enjoy doing, different physical activities that they enjoy. The second thing that I like to do after I found out that this is a committed individual is I like to get on the phone with them. I do about a 15-minute interview with them, asking them questions. What has worked for them in the past? What hasn't worked? Why are they ready for change? Why is this time going to be the time that it actually becomes a lifestyle for them? It also gives me an opportunity to connect with them as well. The third thing that I do is for my challenge groups, I feel like it's very important that everybody purchases a challenge pack. The reason being is that I know, number one, with Shakeology, they'll have the nutrition. Number two, they have the fitness portion by purchasing one of Beachbody's programs. Number three, they've got me as a coach, which is going to offer them the support and the motivation to continue on their fitness journey. I have them sign up right there with me on the call, and I just walk them through the ordering process. In the first week of my challenge groups, I'd like to set my customers up for success. One thing that we do is goal setting. We also go over meal planning and meal prep. I like to have my challengers go through their pantries and get rid of any foods that have artificial flavorings in them, that are processed, anything that might cause temptation. And the second week of the challenge group is when my challengers start their workout program. We also start our daily assignments. We talk about clean eating snack ideas. We also talk about different healthy choices that you can eat on the road. We talk about artificial ingredients. We talk about what kind of choices that you would eat at a restaurant. We talk about cheat meals. We also incorporate Shakeology and how they can make Shakeology as well. I ask my challengers to give me pictures of their meals and their snacks so that I can see what it is that they're eating and give any feedback. In week 3, I like to switch it up so that my challengers don't know what's coming. What I do is I place my challengers into teams based on their strengths and weaknesses and have them compete against one another. Some of the things that we do are wall sit challenges. We also do push-up challenges. We have them plank in weird places. We also really are focusing on our personal development within this week. And so one of the challenges I have them do is to post like 3 positive affirmations. In the 4th week of the challenge group, I switch it up even again. Individuals compete against one another, and they can all earn points. At the end of the week, the points are tallied together, and there are little prizes that are given to the person with the most participation. A lot of times it could just be a handwritten letter. After running challenge groups for the last 2 years, the one thing that I found is really important is that you, as a coach, have to be that ideal challenger. You have to be working on your own fitness. You have to be working on your own personal development, and it's really important that you're sharing what it is that you're doing in your own fit life. So post your sweaty selfies, post pictures of your meal plans, post motivation, post the things that you're asking your challengers to do, and lead by example.
You know, Michael, I love hearing these specific insights and tips from these top coaches. And one of the things I really loved that Alyssa shared was that Shakeology is an absolute non-negotiable for all of her teams.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a reason why it's non-negotiable, because it truly is just such an incredible product. One of the things that makes it so incredible is really just the care and that went into the development of that product. A lot of new coaches here, they probably have never even potentially heard of Darren O'Lean, but Darren is the co-creator of Shakeology and Ultimate Reset along with Isabel Deichler, and we thought it'd be great if we can ask Darren to come on board and say a few words to the coaches about Shakeology.
You know, when I first sat down with Carl and Isabel and we talked about what is this Shakeology and what was it going to be, you know, one of the first things was it was going to provide an answer to what do people require right here, right now, in this day and age. And because of stress and food quality being down and challenges of just eating healthy as you're a busy person throughout the day, you're missing out. So Shakeology was there to provide an answer to that question, what do we require? We require nutrient-dense food to help combat stress, to help recover from workouts, recover from life, and give a chance so your body can thrive rather than just survive. Shakeology is not just a bunch of things thrown together that's an alchemy. It's greater than the sum of its parts. So you have things like ashwagandha and astragalus and maca, all of these things, which are, by the way, adaptogens, really helping the body combat stress. And then you have other things like moringa and tulsi and some of the superfoods in there that are giving the nutrient qualities that you need. So it's almost like creating a symphony where it's not just the drums, it's also the brass. And the blending of Shakeology creates the strength as a whole rather than looking at all the parts. All of the parts are bringing in powerful nutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and many other attributes and cofactors to provide the greatest superfood blend on the planet. What's the reason why there's not other formulas out there? Well, you could maybe pick some of those ingredients and call a manufacturer and throw those ingredients together, but you really don't know where they're coming from. You don't really know the quality other than a piece of paper may show that it is. The difference of Shakeology and here at Beachbody is we have hordes of teams that are going to every country that's testing every ingredient, that's testing the compounds that exist in the ingredient to make sure that every ingredient doesn't have residues and toxins and pesticides, but also has the compounds, the active constituents that are in that ingredient so that we actually have the ingredient, the superfood, the medicinal plant, the herb that was intended to be the way it was supposed to be. That's why there's very little, if any, product on the market that can speak to that high quality and that quality assurance. And that is something really, really incredible and something I'm very proud of. You know why I drink Shakeology every day? Is because it is literally providing some of the greatest superfoods in the world. And as I travel around the world, there's oftentimes I don't get food or I can't find the food that I would really want to ingest. And so just selfishly having a packet of Shakeology and be able to blend up, at least I know for sure that I'm getting some quality food and some quality superfoods at any point. So I always have an emergency bag with me wherever I go.
Great job, Darren. You know, Jeff, I don't know if you know, but Darren actually has another title besides being the co-creator of Shakeology and Ultimate Reset.
What's that?
Well, Darren was voted the third best good-looking man on the corporate staff.
And you and I were 1 and 2?
Well, actually, you were fifth, but it was a solid fifth.
I feel a lot better with that. Anyways, coaches. I know that most coaches were drawn to Beachbody because of the phenomenal fitness programs that we offer, but you know, really, you can never underestimate the power of Shakeology and of good nutrition, and that's what Shakeology provides. And to have a successful business, Shakeology has to be a must in your business.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, by the way, speaking of Darren will be doing the Ultimate Reset starting April 29th. It's a great time. If you've never done it, you should join Darren at that time. He'll be posting. He'll give you great support during that 21 days.
Okay, so some more coach insights. A few moments ago, we talked about the importance of starting our customers out right, of giving them a great experience. Well, it's equally important that we start our coaches out right, giving them the right kind of experience and focusing them on the right activities. So to provide you with some best practices and some great insights, we'd like to hear from elite coach Michelle Myers.
Hi, I'm Michelle Myers and I'm from Asheville, North Carolina. The first thing that I ask my new coaches to do is to get on Shakeology Home Direct. Shakeology is our premier product. It's the one that sets the tone for the business. And so if they don't have a story with it, if they don't have an understanding of how it works, if they don't have a testimony of how it's transforming and changing their health, then it's going to be a big disadvantage for them when they're trying to get other customers to try Shakeology. So that's the main thing that I want to accomplish in the beginning. The second thing that I have them do is I have a set of videos that I've recorded, which I know that sounds super fancy, but all I did was take the information that's in the back office that's available for new coaches and I put it in my voice. And so I want them to watch to have an understanding of the basics of the business, because you know how it is when you first sign up, you're excited, you're ready to go right then. But what if I'm not available right then to get them started right? So this allows them to capitalize on their excitement from signing up, and they can start training immediately to learn what they need to start doing from the very beginning. After they watch my videos, then the 10th video actually prompts them to answer me a couple of questions. And so the questions that they answer help me know what their immediate goal is with their business and what their ultimate goal is for their business. I think it's extremely critical for them to understand goal setting from the beginning, because that puts me on the same page as my new coach. So I know what their goals are. I know what they want to accomplish. And if they don't know where they're going and I don't know where they're going, there's no way that we're ever going to be going in the same direction. And so I want to make sure that the new coach and I are on the same page of what they want to accomplish, so that we're building and making goals together. It's not their plan versus my plan, it's our plan. So I want to know, do they want to start their own challenge group? Or do they want to become an emerald level coach? What's their first goal? Because I want to be able to fill in the gaps. The videos taught them the basics, but I want to make sure that I can answer any questions, that I can maybe filter through any ideas that they've had. But then I also want to be able to know, okay, well, what are some specific action steps that you can take based on what your goals are for your business? And then I want to know their ultimate goal, because I want to know what they want to accomplish with their business. Is this something where they say, hey, Michelle, I'm really unhappy in my job and I want to fire my boss in a year? I'm going to take my approach with that coach differently than a coach that says, you know what, I really want to pass on the results and I'm going to start a challenge group every single month, but I'm very happy in my career, or I'm not in a place right there where I can pursue the business. So I know how to best coach that person. So those are the two things we're going to accomplish. Is I'm going to be able to fill in the gaps and answer their questions, and I'm going to be able to determine what their immediate goal is and what their ultimate goal is. So after we've set goals together, a new coach should expect to go into a month of training. So for me, with my Coach Basics groups, what I like to do is try to get new coaches connected in their first month as a coach. I want to get them plugged in to where they're active on the product, but then Once we get you plugged in, it's up to that new coach to take the training and apply it. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't actually accomplish some things while you're training, but your goal is to be a student really for your first month as a coach. You're to study the top coaches, you're to study your upline, you're to study the products, you're to learn so that you can eventually implement. You are not meant to learn everything in one day and then immediately start applying all of those things at once. It is a process because there's a lot of information. And so if they take the time to say, my first month is really for me to learn and begin implementing what I'm learning as I'm going, not I have to implement everything today, then you're going to set them up for success because they're not chasing a bazillion rabbits and thinking that they have to do everything at once. All they need to do in their first month is learn, and then whatever they learn, implement. If a coach is doing the work, I'm going to take notice. It doesn't matter to me if I'm not seeing crazy volume in your business yet or crazy growth in your organization. But if I'm seeing you doing the steps to learn the work, you're going to get my attention and you're going to get my time. And so if you are a part of a Coach Basics group, I encourage you to reach out to your upline and find out what kind of a group training you can get plugged into yourself. But don't just expect someone else to do the work for you. You've got to come in and you've got to take that information and apply it. And I promise you will get the attention of whoever is running that group if you will engage with the information that you're being given. As you can see, getting your coaches started right is super important to your success in this business. Because when we sign up coaches, our work isn't over. Our work has just begun. So I want you to imagine the coaches that you get started in this business. They're excited, they're trained, they're ready. They're sitting next to you at this event versus you wondering where they are. If you will take the time in the beginning when they are new and leaning on you for support and take that critical moment to help them to have success and to know what they're doing, to give them confidence moving forward, you just better be prepared because your business will boom when you are getting your coaches started right.
Michael, some great insights from Michelle on how to get those coaches started right. And hey, coaches, don't forget that there's just a myriad of resources available to you in the back office. We've recently cleaned it up, made it very, very usable all the way from Coach Basics, Emerald to Diamond, get your coaches started right, including the leadership ladder.
Yeah, that's all there. You know, Jeff, we should take a second just to remind everybody that there is still time to qualify for Success Club in April, and we've got some great promotions going on. We've got the PIO Challenge Pack, along with P90X3 and Shakeology Challenge Pack, along with the Ultimate Reset out there on special. So great opportunity. You know, it is never too late to qualify for Success Club and earn the Chalene Johnson bobblehead. That is going to be a collector's item. But you know, Jeff, back at the beginning, you were talking about Cancun. One of the most exciting announcements that came at the Cancun Success Club trip really caused quite a stir, and that is Shaun T's latest Beachbody program, which is going to launch at Summit this year. Man, people are excited about this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at size.
You know, with my fitness programs, like, my job is to motivate people to want to work out. With dance, people are going to want to dance.
Hey, what's up? My name is Shaun T. Welcome to Size. I created Size because people wanted it, and I believe that everyone can dance. Not only are you learning choreography, but it's broken down in steps. This is the choreography in its most basic form. Awesome. Side to side, take it out. Very easy. Now I want you guys to act like you're in a boat and you're rowing nice and low.
The program's for everybody. It's literally for everyone because every movement that I do, you've done before in your life. All I gotta do is put these in an order and I'm actually doing the dance move. It's not about doing push-ups. It's not about doing jumps. It's about moving to the beat.
You gotta get in it last time. Come on, y'all. Liv, are you ready? Here we go.
That makes me feel like really cool.
First thing people say when they say, can you dance? They say, I can't dance. How do you know? Because you never really tried it.
It's super fun. You kind of don't even realize you're working out as you're doing it. because you're so focused. And then by the end, you're just like, I'm drenched. You need a shower, then you want to come back and do it again.
These are all things that you've done with your body before. I'm just putting it to a rhythm so you know exactly how to do it. It's just like you're at the post office and somebody walks by your shoulder and you like, move. And you can be like, move, move. You're dancing. Every day you're dancing, you just don't have a beat.
Size will change the way you work out forever. Coming to you, Summit 2015.
Yo, this ain't no cha-cha-cha.
Michael, you are going to be a great candidate for size.
You know, I don't even know if I need the practice, but
Yeah,
I'll try it out anyway. Listen, if you guys want to learn more about size, including how to get the link to the email collector for you to send your customers to learn more about it, check out FAQ number 2361.
But Michael, there's more. At Cancun, we also announced another new product that's going to be launched at Summit, and that is the Performance line. Let's take a look.
Cam set. A set. Stand by. Check and focus. All right, everybody reset. Let's go ahead and take 2.
All right, so where did you study and what were you working on?
I was faculty at Harvard Medical School, and I was focused on looking at the regulation of muscle mass and how that relates to function.
By function, is that basically what led you to work in supplements for enhancing human performance?
Absolutely. We're looking at how to improve exercise performance, maximizing recovery after a workout, and optimizing overnight muscle recovery. This is breakthrough stuff.
And that breakthrough research is about to be a reality with the Beachbody Performance line. From pre-workout energy, during workout super hydration, all the way to a first-of-its-kind overnight recovery supplement so effective you will not believe it. Results for every workout are about to be turbocharged. Beachbody revolutionized the nutrition shake with the delicious and most dense super nutrient shake ever created in Shakeology. And now, we're taking the performance nutrition industry and turning it on its head. The Beachbody Performance line was developed by Harvard-trained scientists using cutting-edge sports science with key ingredients that have been scientifically shown to help enhance exercise performance and recovery for unprecedented physical transformations. We started with pre-workout energy.
Beachbody Performance Energize improves exercise performance, it reduces lactic acid buildup, and sharpens focus and reaction time.
And then we added a revolutionary during workout hydration drink.
Beachbody Performance Hydrate is better than just drinking water alone and better than high sugar sports drinks. It has the perfect composition to maximize fluid absorption to the body and replace key electrolytes that are lost in sweat.
And then we added our most sophisticated post-workout supplement yet, Chocolate Beachbody Performance Recover.
Beachbody Performance Recover combines the right amount of fast, medium, and slow release proteins with key phytonutrients that have been shown to reduce muscle soreness.
And for the first performance innovation that works while you sleep, introducing Beachbody Performance Recharge, which helps reduce soreness and promote muscle recovery overnight.
What most people don't know is muscle breakdown can happen overnight, and that's also where soreness can kick in. Beachbody Performance Recharge combines slow-releasing micellar casein protein, known to promote muscle protein synthesis and reduce breakdown.
The Beachbody Performance line. Energize, hydrate, recover, recharge. The commitment to results just got real. Coming Summit 2015.
I've been using the pre, the during, the post, and the nighttime formula, and it's working.
It is by far the best performance system I've ever used.
Who is it for?
It's for you.
I'm not kidding.
It's freaky good.
Just might be better than the cookie.
You know, I'm digging it. I love it. I love this shit. It's, oops.
Wow, that is some exciting stuff. Size, the performance line, all launching at Summit. And you know, Jeff, there's going to be some other great stuff happening at Summit, including maybe a few other announcements. There's going to be some great parties going on. And you know, there are still tickets. So if you haven't gotten a ticket, go get your ticket. You need to be there. You need to be at the Success Club party. The Success Club Party at Summit is one of the funnest events. All of our trainers are there. Carl's there. John's there. You and I are going to be there. If you want to rub elbows with us or some of the other top coaches, that's the place to be. And to qualify for the Success Club Party at Summit, you need to do that in the months of May and June. And if you want to learn how, check out the Coach Monthly, which is coming out on the 1st of the month.
Well, as you can tell, there's a lot of things happening at Team Beachbody. We've shared a lot of great information today. But really, it all comes down to what are you going to do with it? How are you going to change your life with this? We've talked about this idea of creating your own personal summit over the next 2 months. These next 2 months really are key. And you can make great things happen over the next 2 months if you choose to. Just last month we had our Superstar Day, and I thought that Melanie Mitchell, who just happens to be the top coach in a Superstar 2 Diamond, I think nailed it when someone asked her, how have you been able to achieve all these great things? And she said this.
I just wake up every morning and I do what I love, And it started in my fitness journey and having that mindset that I wanted to change more than I wanted to stay the same.
I wanted to change more than I wanted to stay the same. So the question is, regardless of where you are in your business, which do you want more? And if you want more, then you're going to take advantage of these next 2 months. You're going to set your own personal summit, and then you're going to go after it. Coaches, don't lose this time. Make it count. It can be life-changing. Well, coaches, speaking of life-changing, we want to hear from a coach who really has changed her life. Let's hear from Tulin Emery.
My name is Tulin Emery. I'm from Huntington Beach, California, and I've been a coach for a little over 2 years. So when my husband and I got married in 2003, usually they say, spend some time getting to know each other, and we just kind of knew from the get-go we were right for each other. When we realized we started getting serious, we both had to have a conversation. Mine was that I was supposedly unable to have children. His was to tell me he has multiple sclerosis. We were able to look past the MS and the possibility of the infertility, and we knew we were meant for each other. At the time, I was a working plus-size model, and he was building his business with some business partners. And I remember I was so reluctant to tell him, there's some things going on in your business, and you need to look at this. I have a business background, and something didn't seem right. And I had no proof, I had no doubt, I have nothing to go off of. It just really was just a gut feeling. At that point, he started taking a deeper look, and that's when we realized just how bad things were. It's one of those things that you think it's all fixable, but at some point, it starts to avalanche. As the money started to dry up, as we were dealing with some of these issues attached to my husband's business, we sold anything that had any kind of monetary value. We had to sell this to buy the groceries. We had to sell this to keep the lights on. We had to sell this and sell this. And it snowballs so fast that all of a sudden, all your utilities are off at once. There just comes a point where we realize that we've sold whatever we can sell, and we now have 2 kids at this point. And the sheriff's coming to kick us out of our house. We had no place to go. At this point, we had a little minivan. So we packed the last of everything in there. We leave everything behind in the house. Kids don't know we're homeless. They have no clue. I don't know what we did wrong in our lives to experience that with our children. We found a little hotel that was cheap enough. It was 300 square feet. To get up and go to the restroom, you had to climb over each other. At some point, my husband found a box of P90X, and he also picked up Insanity. And I didn't even know that he did. He literally got it at a garage sale. So my husband would take out the P90X DVDs and he would ask me to join him. And that was probably the worst thing you could ask me. Because I was so unhappy and so miserable and everything we've been through, I wanted him to be as unhappy and as miserable as I was, because it loves company. But he moved forward in spite of me. So as he started doing P90X on his hands and knees, he started regaining some of his strength and some of his confidence. And I wouldn't admit it at the time, but he was quietly inspiring me. So I popped in the Insanity disc and I looked at it and I just went, oh, there's no way. I look nothing like the people in the videos. I can barely move. Oh, you want me to jump? I'm just gonna sway side to side. And I committed to moving for 14 days. Just move for 14 days, see what happens. Didn't worry about changing my eating, didn't worry about anything. And I said, don't worry about the weight. Just feel better. I had no support. I had no one but my husband, and I know he wanted to go, right on, you're doing awesome. I was like, shh, don't notice. Just don't notice that I'm making a change right now. In this process, I had some glimmer of hope that maybe this is gonna change something for us. And I decided for my own personal accountability, I was gonna do something really crazy and put my story online. And I was no longer gonna focus on the weight, I was gonna focus on my health. I had a coach that had approached me online, and so I reached out to him and he started telling me about the coach discount, and we signed up. And this was about halfway through Insanity. I still committed, I was still sharing. People started reaching out to me, asking me for help. And they were other women like me that had failed multiple times, other women like me that were having the exact same struggles that I had. And it was the first time that they were seeing another body like theirs moving in the way that I was. And so that started to resonate with people. In a little over a year's time, I had lost 85 pounds, 80 inches, and 8 dress sizes. By December, I believe it was in December of 2012, I hit Success Club 12. And I realized that there was something to this. Now that I'm a Beachbody coach, I have freedom. And that freedom's defined in a lot of different ways. I don't have to worry about buying groceries anymore. I don't have to worry about the lights being shut off anymore. I don't have to worry about buying my kids shoes anymore. And now we're able to dream. This is literally a business that anyone can do. And I had every reason in the world to not do this business. I had every reason, every excuse, from affordability to size, to not being able to do what they do on the workouts, to not looking like them. I had every reason to not do this business and not be successful at it. And it's because of those very things that I'm successful at it. If we're really gonna end this trend, if we're really gonna make a difference, we have to be willing to share and help others while we're on our own journey. And if my husband didn't move forward in spite of me, doing P90X on his hands and knees, we wouldn't be where we are today.
You know, we hear dozens of stories like that, and they're always both inspiring and shocking about how common it is for that kind of outcome. It comes from somebody who doesn't try to fit into what the normal Beachbody mold is. It comes from somebody who has the heart to look inside, be honest with themselves about what their fears are, what their obstacles are, and do both the personal development and take the initiative to change their lives. And that happens when a coach steps in, right? So as we wrap up our trip, our Success Club trip here in Cancun, and you wrap up Super Saturday, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to set a goal. Where do you want to be when you're at Summit in July? Where do you want to be by the end of June? How many lives do you want to transform? It doesn't have to be about wealth creation if that's not your thing. It can be. It can just be about achieving Success Club 5, maybe achieving a record in Success Club points for yourself. But what I do know is every point that you achieve, every goal that you achieve represents a life that could be transformed, a person who's on a journey to transformation. And that's what Team Beachbody is all about. That's what sets us apart. But it doesn't happen unless you take the initiative. All the Super Saturday attendance in the world doesn't matter if you don't set a goal now. And by the time you walk out of this building, you've got a clear idea of what you want to achieve. What is your personal summit? Look, January, February, March, even April, those are sort of the easy months. Right now is when you prove, do you believe in this product? Do you drink your shake every day? Are you doing your workouts? Are you aware of what's available to us in Beachbody On Demand? Right now, set yourself a goal. Don't walk through that door unless you have a goal for the next 2 months. And then you and I, we're gonna work together. We're gonna do those national wake-up calls. We're gonna be the proof the product works. We're gonna do that personal development, and for sure, we're gonna keep on inviting. I'm so proud of the work you're doing. I'm so proud to work with you when you do it in a way that truly is designed to help people. So let's make May and June record breakers. Let's get to July, let's get to Nashville and high five, because this Super Saturday really made a difference. This was the event that you decided to take your game to the next level. But set that goal and let's make it happen. All right, let's do this. Thanks for joining us for Super Saturday, and let's go, Team Beachbody.